Hey, what's up, gang? It is Adam Smith from the CommanderSmiths, and it is Proxy Time Live this week. Working on a card that I never thought I'd work on because one, I don't own this dang card. So not going to make a proxy of a card I don't own. And two, it's so damn expensive. There's no way that I'm ever going to own this card. And there's no point because three, Commander, we don't use Black Lotus. But if you don't know, with Modern Horizons 2, that is just coming out this week and actually already started coming out last week with pre-orders and all that fun stuff, pre-releases and all that. There is a new commander. Let's see, Garth One-Eye. So this is our Wooburg commander, 5-color commander, and in his ability, you can cast any of these. So you can cast Disenchant, Brain Geyser, Terror, Shivan Dragon, Regrowth, Black Lotus. So I figured it's about damn time to make a Black Lotus proxy. So this is what I'm working with today. I'm going to work on probably two different kinds of arts with this one, like I kind of have been doing with everything else lately. It was freaking chaotic before I even got on here. So if you don't know, if you're a listener of the podcast, I'm building a house and I have been for like 2 years. And we just started getting our sprinklers put in, and good for you. Good for you on that. But what ended up happening is it shut our pump off. So I was just dealing with the not having water for the last like hour. So I was in my robe about 31 minutes ago. It's still in my robe, trying to decide if I was just gonna delay the cast or do this in a Lowry robe there. But finally figured out how to reset it, and yeah, so that's where I am. That's too much information. You probably don't even care about that. That's totally fine, but that's what happens when you're building a new house. So I got a lot of calls to do tomorrow to get that figured out. All right, so Black Lotus. Honestly, never thought I was gonna make this card. Just doesn't fit in anything that I would ever do. You know, I don't play it in Commander or anything like that. But here we are making Black Lotus. I'm kind of excited to do this. So there's two I want to use. So I want to use one of these two. This one gets a lot more detailed. You can see that somebody kind of airbrushed over the top of this, made the skull here a lot more detailed. I think that one would be pretty cool. The thing I like about this one, I know it's a little bit more dull, but I can bring the color out a little bit more later, is you got the sword right there. They've kind of gotten rid of that. Not kind of, they did get rid of that in this picture. So I kind of like this one better. And the framing wise, it might work out more. It depends. So we're going to have, well, I'll show you. Let's see where this sits. We got to figure out which one we actually want to use, because that's the key, because you got Black Lotus right there. So if we're doing this, we want the Lotus to be in the whole frame. Problem is, you can see already what's happening here. If I want Lotus in this whole frame, you're not getting any of that skull. You're not getting anything there or there. You don't even know that there's a sword back there. And there's not much more I can do unless I had Black Lotus off to the side, which I can definitely do. I just don't know if that's what I want to do with this one. So let's keep that there for now, and let's jump over to the other one. This one, because of the detail, I could probably get away with this. This might actually work out a little bit better. So we'll get Black Lotus. Is that going to cut off part of it? Let me just see through this here. So I'll probably have it come through the frame here, maybe the skull there. It's not centered, but we know what this is. So I think now the next thing, let's crop both of these images here to see which one crops a little better. I kind of want to play Garth just because of the Black Lotus factor, just to be like, yep, got a Black Lotus. I don't really have one, but it's for this card and it's a proxy. All right, so if we do it this way, I don't even think you're going to be able to tell that that's a skull. And I don't have that centered the way I'd like, so this will be over just a little bit. You can kind of see that it's a skull, but then your Lotus is kind of getting cut off. So this whole plan might not work out as well as I'd like, because now you can't even tell that that's there. If I really want to shift this over, almost have the Lotus be there and the skull come in like that. Maybe that's probably a better way to do this one. Oh, this is because I already did it once. Now it's going to make me draw it. Fine. I'll draw it. All right. So now you can see the skull better, but do we lose part of this Black Lotus there? Yes, we do. Of course. Do we lose that this is a Black Lotus? Of course, I'm going to use this one as well. So don't worry. We're going to have two of those. I'm just trying to decide which one. The detail of this one, I like so much more. So this is more painted. Somebody came in and, put in the grass and stuff there. So let's move over to this one and see what we can do here. This one actually might work out a little better, to be honest with you. I don't want to lie to you, but this is probably going to be a little bit better. I'll go wide with the frame and I can move it a little bit more and crop again. Yeah, I'm leaning towards this one. And yeah, it's not as vibrant with this going on here. But man, look at the detail of this Lotus. And I can get that skull in there. And you won't see the final product in this because typically I do my touch-ups and add in a little bit more vibrant color post-production. I'll bring the color way up. And actually, I could do that quick. Just to kind of show you how to do that. Let's mess with that a little bit. That's something we can do. Getting rid of that layer just so we can see the whole thing. We are going to use this and hue and saturation. Now you can't see this. Let me bring it over to this side so you can see what I'm doing here. Let's just start messing around with this. Okay, we don't want to go that way with it. Ooh. I like the red in there. But do I want to mess with it that much? I don't know if that's the one I want to use. It's black and white. We're bringing more color. That really brings out that Lotus. Look at the blues in that. That looks pretty sweet in there. I know that's not the typical Lotus, but that maybe mixed with this red. Oh, stop it. Oh, that could look really cool. I might like that. The light is fine. I think I may leave it like that. So this is going to be a little different. Let's add contrast. I want a little bit in here. Yeah. Oh, but then you lose some of that detail that I like with that Lotus. So maybe I don't want to bring it. I could bring the contrast up and then brighten the whole thing up. Let's see what that does. Oh, that just brings our background brights a little brighter. I don't know if I want all of that. Let's bring our contrast down a little more. I kind of like that. Kind of gets that blood feel, like the death in the background, but that color of the Lotus looks really sweet. Okay. I think I'm going to keep it there. All right. So now let's bring back. Wait, there it is. Okay. I was like, did I copy something else in between there? What the hell? All right. So we are going to have to crop a little bit more, but I think my crop is going to keep in that skull and cut out a little bit more here. Is that about height, width of everything I want there? Okay, because I do want those teeth in there. All right, let's try cropping a little bit more. This is where I have to draw it. Get it pretty close to where I want. And let's make it so we can see through this to see how. Everything's a little delayed on my computer. Like I said, because I was rushed to get here. I got everything ready to set up with 2 minutes to spare, just because of the issues I was having. So I didn't get to do my computer reset. I normally like to do that before I record anything, and I did not get to do that today. Okay, so I think this looks pretty damn fantastic. What I think we're going to do is, see that Lotus. Let me bring it down more. It's blurry on your phone. It might be that that's what I was saying. The reset might have kind of screwed it. My service might not be good. So the Steven, I see what you wrote there. So is it normally not blurry? Because everything's clear on my end, but that's because I'm in person. So it's not necessarily, my connections seemed a little more slow today. I actually want to see my internet access is, oh, you know why? Boom. Hopefully that works. Let me know if that worked, because I think, yeah, I think what was happening was everything was going through my phone, because earlier today I was working from remotely when the boys were playing in the, whatchamacallit, a splash pad. And so it's only blurry when you do live video and you're in person for yourself. Mind blown. So oops, I don't want to do that. So I think because my phone is my camera, it was going through my phone again, my internet. So that made it, hopefully it comes through all right at the end. So if things came out blurry in the beginning there, at the end, if you're rewatching this, hopefully everything came out all right. Stupid. Too rushed. That's what I was today. Way too rushed. I should have delayed it 15 minutes just to give me that time to get the setup going. Are things looking better now that I switched it to my normal internet? So thank you, Steven, for bringing that up, because I would have gone the whole thing without it in that setting. Okay. Ooh, I wonder. Okay, good. No, you see what's happening here? This is why I normally do the post-production stuff. Oh, what would it look like if you inverted the colors? Like, which ones are you saying all the color invert? See, this is what I was about to say here too, is now you see the difference in color here, because it's referring back to before the brightness and everything. You know what I should do? I'm going to back this up just a little bit. So there's going to be a little tip here. I think that's fine. What I'm going to do, let's see if I can highlight. We are going to highlight. Come on. Everything's so effing delayed. And we're going to merge the layers. Now, let's check and see if this worked. Get back to here. So by me merging those layers, now all the changes I did by adding the color and everything makes it so, because if you look back at that, this was going back to the original stamp there. So now by merging all the layers together, now those layers are one. So that's a little trick that just popped up into my head there to fix that problem. So, okay, I want the skull to come through here. Oh, I don't like how that worked there. Oh, this is going to be kind of funky. Why is my whole thing highlighted? Deselect. There we go. I was going to bug the crap out of me. Oh, shoot. See, I was thinking the skull went all the way. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? This is the skull. Right? Right? Yeah, that's the skull. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the two there. So the whole thing is actually coming out in front. Yeah, that's going to look sweet. Kind of looks weird with how it ends there. I don't like that. I might make my lines a little more fuzzy here. Well, let's go with that. And I'm going to bring the opacity down a little bit and not make it such a crisp line. Well, a shadow almost. There we go. All right, now let's zoom out and kind of look and see how that looks better. We're going to normally get to that 70. Okay, that does look a lot better having that there. All right, so I got the Lotus petal on the top there. The skull is coming through. A couple more spots there. Okay, and I think I want to get that there. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. It isn't going to make sense in this one that what you're saying there, Gwen, that the skull is behind the Lotus. I was thinking of bringing this all in. What I think I'll do instead is the Lotus petals are going to come over right here and here. And we're going to leave the stem out of this because then the stem just comes out of nowhere. Unless what I could do is see all this grass here. And I might actually end up doing that. Might make this come in. Yeah, let's do that. Talked myself into it. So we're going to make the grass come into this frame here. See, I didn't bring it to 100%, but it's close. So it's going to get this bottom there up to where that stem is. And that will bring to 100% to bring to the front. And let's blend that bottom so we don't get an actual box there. The only thing I don't like is how that ends. You want to make it look like grass pieces. So we got to shrink this down. So we got some grass pieces coming through here. Bring that. Let's just start drawing a couple of these through. Making this one a lot more difficult than it needs to be. No, that's good. That's a good point. You don't really need a text box for Black Lotus. Most people know what it is. We got to have something there, though, I think, right? The new players won't know what it is. All right. I don't know if I like that. Because if I'm at my normal 70%, I'm not done with the Lotus part. This one I thought was going to be so much easier than it is. And I think me making it more complicated by changing the color before I normally do that. All right, so let's get this back down. This one should be easy to highlight because there's a very, nope, not that one. Back image. Pretty big contrast between the Lotus and, oh, stop it. Get to there. All right, now back to this. That's a good point too, Gwen. But they might want to. They want to play it. All right, bring it up. And we're going to make this a little more solid. Are you guys going to build with Garth? It seems interesting, nostalgic kind of type thing, all these old school cards to play with, but I don't think I'm going to play with him. Like I kind of said on the cast, I think it's more of a, oh, it didn't catch that over there. More of fits in a lot of 5-color decks because it just has all these utilities built in on it. Could make this a lot bigger, then it'd be easier. There we go. And let's get rid of that. Zoom in. No, stop it. Back to the stamp tool. Shrink it down. Finish that petal off. Okay, now let's look and see. Steven, we went to your suggestion. You don't need a text box with Black Lotus because that's what I just did. It just got rid of it completely. You know, it might not be a bad idea just to get rid of it altogether. Green deck with him in as the commander, and then just okay. That could work because then you're going to cast all the other stuff. I like that idea, Gwen. That'd be an interesting build for that because then you're not. Most people are thinking you're going to be playing 5 colors at that point, and it's kind of like a secret green deck that people think it's going to be a 5 color, but it's green. All right, so we got that there. I think that looks pretty sweet. Got to do one thing before, and I'll back up if I don't like this. I'm going to do what Steven said. I'm not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do, but erase the text box. Why does that look so good? But that it's just a picture. Like I didn't do anything to it. It could have been a 3-minute video. It is a proxy of a token. It's not one that you're actually casting. But seriously, is that what I want to do? I don't know if that's what I want to do or not. Let's back it up and see here. It's not very. It was the journey, yes. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna leave this one for now. Let me just get the logo in there. And then I might come back to this. This might be a post-production one, and it might be the prime one will be the OG Black Lotus. So that's gonna be the next one. And that one I will see. This is the next one. I gotta use it. This is the only spot I gotta use. I can't use all that fun jazz over there. All right. Holy balls, what happened to my it's just like a big sun orb. I didn't get the CS in there. Get out of there. Did I really miss that? How did it miss that? It didn't miss that. Oh, why did these separate? That's super weird. That's never happened before. The f is going on? All right. That is super weird. This logo should be they should not be separated. I don't know what's happening there. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm getting rid of it and I'm going back to this and I'm grabbing the oh wait, I got to go. I'm going to pull this off of here so you guys can't see my porn stuff on there cuz that you don't want to see all that stuff. Who saves it on a computer anyways? That doesn't even make any sense. That would have been back in the day of saving pictures and stuff on there. All right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for my logo. There it is. Card logo. All right. Why is it doing it separate? This doesn't make any sense. What is going on tonight? Screw the CommanderSmith logo this time. Done with it. All right, let's just get to the other Black Lotus. Let's start working on that. I can do the CommanderSmith logo later. Son of a bitch. Copy. This is just a disaster tonight for me. I don't have enough of my whiskey yet in my body. All right. Let's see here. Bring this down. Titled porn and take their screenshot. I have not done that. That's a good idea, though. I'm assuming you have, Gwen. You have done that. All right, we're centering this bad boy. OG Black Lotus going in the middle. I don't know if I left enough room on the top. Okay, there. Let's crop it. This one should be relatively easy. Although I kind of thought that with the last one, and that was not. Kind of wish the whole Black Lotus was in there. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this one. Black Lotus, petals, petals, petals. Petal, petal, petal. That's pretty much it. That's what we're going to do with this one. This one should be pretty easy. And I should be able to... And I can't believe you would do that. You cheeky, cheeky monkey. All right. Nope. So we're going to alt, get rid of that to the edge there. All right, fill that in, fill it in, fill that in, fill this in. This is going to be easy for the lower part. I'm going to get rid of... Wow, we're not even going to see that it's an artifact. But you know from Garth, so it shouldn't be that hard because you have a freaking other card that's... I guess Garth doesn't say that it's an artifact. It just says Black Lotus. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought this one was going to be super easy, super sweet to do this. And this is more difficult than I was thinking because I got an old school art that there wasn't a lot of good quality stuff here. And I thought the newer one was going to be sweet. Didn't turn out the way I wanted it yet. All the cards for Garth. I was thinking about Steven making all the proxies, but to be honest with you, I think after the cast with Lowry this week, I want to make Urza's Saga next, just to spite Lowry. I don't know if I'll make a proxy of each one. We'll see how everything goes. Because the thing is like, it's tough because Shivan Dragon, you can get a Shivan Dragon for cents. You know, it's cheap. Let's deselect all this stuff. I want to see how this all turned out. Okay. That turned out actually pretty nice. Because we're going to bring this up to 70. Again, it's covering up everything on the text box. There's some lines I want to clean up a little bit. Like this. I don't want that to look so pixelated. I know. I think he's the thing that Lowry has going for him in the bet, and people watching, if you don't know what I'm talking about, people watching later, is Lowry and I made a bet on the cast this week that the Yavimaya Cradle of Growth, I think it's called. He thinks it's going to be worth more than Urza's, thinks Urza's is kind of overrated and all that stuff. But he thinks it's going to be worth more than that in the next year. I don't deny that Yavimaya is going to be up there. Like, it's probably going to be a $50 card. But Urza's, unless it gets banned, I think that's his only way that he wins this, is if it gets banned, then I could be kind of screwed. Because if it gets banned in a bunch of stuff, which it might, then the price will drop and then I'm kind of screwed. But as a card, I should have said it in the bet. It was like, if it gets banned, this bet is off, because that means that the card is just fucking amazing. So I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Gwen. That's what I said on the cast too, is I think it's showing up everywhere. And that's where Lowry's like, how? This is not that good of a card. It's too slow. That's my Lowry voice impression there. But yeah, it's getting played everywhere, and so I think it might catch a ban in Modern as well. I don't play Modern. I hear others rumble about it, and I guess it's in decks that just don't need, it's not necessarily, that's what I was trying to explain to Lowry too, is it's not necessarily like a card that needs to fit in a combo. It's a good way to go get that Soul Ring if you're lacking mana by 3 turns in. Or if we don't play tutors, which we don't, to get your Sensei Stop. Like, it's just an easier way to go get that more consistently on something that you're going to be playing just as a land. And at the very worst, you're going to get a Soul Ring. It replaces itself and gives you 1 more mana. Okay. I think that looks pretty fantastic. Nothing too exciting. It's not like crazy or whatever. I could maybe move some of those petals to the background and foreground, but I think this is just fine being in the foreground. I'm not going to mess with the card logo part right now. I'm going to have to tweak with that later, and I don't know what is going on there. Yeah, I that's what I was trying to get through to Lowry too, is that I think Urza's Saga is for sure a toolbox card that's going in almost every deck. We talked before cast that he doesn't think in 3-color or more. I think it could go in 3-color decks, maybe not 4 or 5, because you're really focused on trying to, get the right mana out. So I can see that, but 3 minus, 3, 2, and 1, I'm playing that card for sure. All right, so those are the Black Lotuses. How long are we going here? We're 30 minutes in here, so I might be closing this up here. I'm a little disappointed. I don't know what more I want to do with this one. Oh, there is some stuff I have come through here. But is there... Well, yeah, Gwen, you're saying you lose the land after 3 turns. Yeah, you do, but you can go get a soul ring if you wanted, was my point. And so you lose the land, and then you can get a soul ring. And I thought Lowry would actually be more on board with that card because he plays a lot of land recursion. Like, a lot of his decks have Crucible of Worlds, even if it isn't a Crucible of Worlds type deck. You know what I'm saying? Like a deck that's bringing back lands and all that, or is land focused. So that's why I was actually surprised. So we almost did on Snipped this week, but then we had so many that we agreed on, or our lists were so similar that we didn't. And then we had that discussion for like 20 minutes off cast. And so kind of wish we would have, because there was a lot in there. I was like, what? Because I started it off being like, so Urza's is obviously number 1. He's like, no, I think it's garbage. I was like, what? Yeah, that was Lowry's point. He was more on board with Skull Clamp. I just said, I don't play as much. I do play Skull Clamp. It has to be in a deck that's sacrifice heavy or smaller creature tokens or whatever, so I can take advantage of that a little bit. But I most of the time probably going to get Sensei's top. All right, I think this is how I'm going to have it. I think I still do like having the text box there. If I don't have the text box there, then it's just really, I don't know. I think I have to have the text box there. Just playing with Black Lotus and accidentally put it into the... Oh, yeah, no. When I was messing with that earlier, Gwen, let me just show you really quick. It was hue and saturation. Check this out. Whoops, not that one. Where'd it go? The saturation? No, it's not this one. Cancel this. Delete. Let me just show you, because it did look really cool. I think, was it the brightness and contrast? When did I change it to black and white? Shoot. I did that. I started messing with it, and I love black and white. Just not necessarily for Magic card wise. It had to be this. Saturation. Ha! Look at that. It's like a disco party right there. I don't remember. I did mess with... Oh, there it goes. Saturation. Yeah. That looks pretty dope to go that way. Yeah, the hue and the hue changing that, but that looks really cool to have that. Maybe I'll have 2 of these. Maybe I'll have the Black Lotus as the regular, this one, and then throw black and white. I'll probably save as that. It would be cool to have, because look how it just, the Lotus part just flickers there. It does look really sweet. You'd want the black. I'll have both versions. I'll tell you what. Because yeah, I do like the way that looks. Just wait for the beat to dry. The music kind of kicked in. Oots. Yeah, that works out perfect. So yeah, I'll have both of these available. I'll have it as that and like that, and we can kind of see what people like. All right. I think, okay, Gwen, this is the other one. I don't know if you were on at that time. This was the one that you liked originally when I was sending that out on the Discord. This one has a lot of detail. The problem was, I mean, I could mess with this one too. I guess the skull would work out there. A little more easy to see where the skull is there. Would come in through here, or I just use the Lotus. Maybe do a quick one here. Yeah, it just painted more. The detail on the Lotus of this one is so vibrant. I love that. I like how they did this, the grass stuff in there. Like, that seems, I like that better. But yeah. All right. All right. I think I'm going to call it quits there. That should do it for tonight. That is Black Lotus. Next week, I think I will do Urza's Saga. I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do. But that was Proxy Time. I'm Adam Smith. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, next week. Next week might be a break because I'm going to be out of town. So it depends on, it might not be a break. It just might be on a Friday or something like that. But I'll, obviously you guys will find out. I'll post that on Twitter and all that fun stuff. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. I will check you next week. See ya. Bye. See ya.